Hi everyone, I am here to do my makeup date for this week. um, Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off. I am recovering from yet another illness. I am actually getting over COVID, which is crazy. There's another surge, so stay healthy, everyone. Don't be afraid to use a mask because people around where I live don't really like to use it, so I kind of got out of the habit of it, and now I need to get back into it. But I'm glad I can at least be filming and talking to you guys without a mask. It's very nice. So this past week I got some ins, got some outs. And for this makeup date, I'll also be going through kind of like a week and a half, 2 week review of the Sephora kit that I got, that I did a full review on, but or a full first impressions on, but now I feel like I have a better idea of what the products are, because I feel like I didn't quite have the right first impressions, or like the correct impressions of what the products really were. And now that I've been able to use it on my face, on my lips, I have a better idea. So for anybody who wants an update on that, stay tuned. So let's go over that. So, first I have a haul. I went to a local store. They're not really local actually. They're actually an international store called Daiso. So if you know about it, it's like basically the Japanese version of Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Here stateside, they have multiple locations, and they opened one up near where I live, like earlier this year, and so I haven't gone since until now, but basically went looked through what their beauty offerings were, because they just basically offer. I think the base price is $1.75, and then some things they mark up, depending on the quality and whatever product they're offering. So just wanted to show you what I got, and then I'm kind of excited. So, of course, got some basics. I mean, first is actually this bag. This was a really cool bag. I don't know, was this one $1.75? It might have been actually. It's like a vinyl bag that's, of course, waterproof, which is really nice. Probably won't be keeping makeup stuff in this, to be honest, but I needed something big enough to hold the stuff I have. I might be using a smaller version of it as a makeup bag on my trip. Still thinking about it. I really like clear bags in general. Help me see what's inside. Help me keep things organized. So yeah, the clear bag is always my friend, and the fact that it's $1.75, like, what is there to lose, right? Just can't get too many. That's where you lose. If you get too many, you don't use them. Next thing I got was these cotton pads. They look really similar to like the Shiseido ones. Like the quality of them are super nice. Um, Sorry, my lighting probably doesn't do it justice, but they seem really soft and stuff like that. Haven't opened it up yet, but it says you get 500 pieces, which is kind of hard to imagine. So I'm wondering if like each little piece you see in here maybe divides into five, which would be really crazy. Um, I guess they show this like the middle photo where it's kind of like almost like a face mask. So I guess if you peel them apart thin enough, maybe that's what you can use it for. So I'm not really a face mask person, but seems like a cool concept. So, but those are basics. And then, as you guys know, I'm kind of on a sponge kick. I'm trying to find a good solution right now, to like just my sponge situation. I don't want to be as wasteful, but this kind of seems the opposite direction. um, but if I can use one of these, especially just how quickly I go through sponges and how like hygienic I want to stay with my sponges, this might not be a bad idea. I think I got this whole pack for, I think this was also $1.75 for all these 20, how many? 15 pieces. So yeah, I'll try them out, let you know what I think about it and if it's worth keeping around. Yes, we'll talk about that. I did get one of their like cushion sponges as well, just to see how that would also work, or not. Still kind of on the fence about cushion sponges. I started using the other one that I got, and it felt weird. I do like it for powder though, although I don't use pressed powder very often, like literally for on the go touch ups, which I never do. So, um, we'll see. And then they just had a lot of like these travel size stuff. So like a travel size one here, this is 15 milliliters. So I'm thinking this might be a good size for me to decant my setting spray into, because the other bottle I feel like is too big. A full size bottle doesn't make sense. So thinking about that one. And then I got another one. Oh, this is cool. This is a twist pen container. You sometimes see concealers in this, or like lip glosses in this. This is like so old school, like old school lip gloss, but this is just an empty one. And so really interested to see what I maybe want to put in here. I'm thinking maybe my liquid bronzer, which is would be really interesting to put in here. But honestly, $1.75 to try it out. Like I'm not mad about it. And then they also had this atomizer for I think $1.25, $1.75 as well. It can hold 6 milliliters. So I was debating my setting spray in here or something. Oh, I was actually thinking my alcohol spray in here because I do like to sanitize stuff as I use it. So thinking about something like that. But honestly, a little glass atomizer is not a bad idea ever. And then if you guys all know my DIY um, loose setting powder. Just the quality of these, as you can see, is starting to like the paint is starting to chip off. Like the quality on these is not great, but the concept and the execution of them are pretty good. And so I think I found the same thing, except it's in black. And this one is a little. I think it was a little bit more than $1.75, maybe 2 or 2.50. So honestly, not bad. But yeah, if this one is similar, I might just end up buying these instead of getting them off Amazon. And I'm wondering about the quality of this too, if this is any better than the other one, but although it looks almost the same, so not super high hopes. The other last thing I got, super cute. It's a toothbrush holder. It's in the shape of a seal. I have a thing for seals. I don't have too many cutesy things around, like me. I mean, I have kids, so I always have some cutesy stuff around. But in terms of things for myself, not very often. But little trinkets like this is always super cute for me. And I was like, what in my collection might fit in this? Because I use like an electric toothbrush. Like, obviously, it's too big for an electric toothbrush. But I found out my mini mascaras fit in here perfectly. So my Tarte one that I'm using right now, only the cap fits in though, not the actual this portion, but the cap fits. So I think that's how it's gonna be holding it right now. I also have this Caliray Come Hell or High Water one. I have a new one that I haven't opened yet. This is an old one. Did I actually clean this out? I'm actually impressed. No, I don't think I cleaned this out. This might have been this might have been one of my brow mascaras that was waiting for me. So that one fits, of course, nicely in here too. And probably some of like my like mini lip gloss tubes that I've been kind of using up here and there would probably fit in here too. So cute, just something cute to show you guys. So yeah, I am very, very impressed by what they had to offer and look forward to going back and getting more stuff. As you guys know, I'm no longer going to another beauty retailer for some of these supplies. So, and honestly, Daiso offers much more than they ever could. So, and a lot more of other stuff too, right? Like home goods and of course Japanese snacks and just other fun things. But I just have to be careful not to spend too much because it is a trap, just like any other discount store is. All right, so that was the fun ins. Now let's talk about the out slash declutter slash things that are moving around my collection because it's never straightforward in my collection, and I thought I'd just show you guys what's going on. So let me organize myself just a little bit here. Okay, first of all, there used to be the last bit of my Sephora moisturizer in here. Finish that up. Woohoo! So that one, that whole entire big Sephora container is done. Oh, I think I have it on the side here so I can show you guys. So I bought this half off and it's done now. I think they still sell this. And it was good. It was good. I did try out the Seco one that they just released. It had a really weird smell to it, and I'm especially careful about stuff that's going on my face because obviously it goes right by my nose. So I decided not to put myself through that and return that. So yeah, that one is so I'm actually going to be looking for a new moisturizer, which is weird. Like I actually don't have one. I have a few backup ones. Actually, well, they're mainly samples, honestly. I have like a little sample here. I have another one that I put somewhere, but honestly, I don't have that many in my collection. So I think I will use up what I have, and then I'm always looking for an excuse to purchase stuff while I'm on a trip. So while I'm on my trip in less than a week, I will go pick up something else. So in my head, that's what's happening. All right. I'm going to retire this Key Soul Care Sponge. Really pretty color, isn't it? Gorgeous, this royal purple, but man, it is starting to like break and flake. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but I am not impressed by this quality. I mean, of course, there's still a bit of makeup on here, but Yeah, not super impressed by the quality. I don't know if this is the same quality as Elf sponges because Elf does own Key Soul Care. Not that they like share formularies or anything like that, but yeah, I was like, that's not impressive. Not that sponges are the selling point for Key Soul Care, but you know, I wasn't impressed by that. So I think I am going to take a break from like full size beauty sponges. I think that's why I purchased those disposable ones that are a bit smaller, anyways, because I already cut up my sponges and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to explore what options are out there before I like force myself to go back to brushes, which is one, I don't know, it's just a hassle to me to like be using brushes all the time. And just the finish that I get from brushes, I'm not always impressed by. So I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh boy, I have a few Franken. I have a Franken in here. I have a package change. I guess the other thing that I'm really, really close to using up. I thought I'd just show this to you because I think I'm gonna finish this up before I leave for the trip, honestly. Um, is this Milani Make It Last setting spray. I actually emptied this out into this one because I like the sprayer on this bottle a lot better. And then I put in something else in here, which is why it says glycolic toner in here, although I emptied that out further because I ended up really not liking the spray on this. So I was like, this is just gonna be recycled. And I'm just gonna finish up that little tiny bit here. That should probably last me the rest of the week before I leave for my trip. And then from there, I'm probably gonna mainly see if I can make this aqua seal, like distill it down and then use that as my setting spray. That's kind of my hope for that product there. All right, the next few things are super exciting. I'm actually doing this one first. So I did show in a recent video that I hit pan. I think it's actually on my last makeup day. I hit pan on my Rocketeur Rocketeur blush by Benefit. There we go. They no longer make this. It was really beautiful, actually. It was like kind of this really like neutral corally peach. I'm really bad at describing things. I'm so sorry, but it was just a really like a warm tone blush, really like an apricot color, with like a tiny bit of a pink sheen. Sometimes I would pick up on this pink sheen. I was like, oh, that's really pretty, but it's really similar to another blush I have, MAC Warm Soul, if you have it. And I just wanted one of them. I didn't need both. So since I had pan on this, I really wanted to finish this up by the end of the year. Um, but I had this other blush that I was not using whatsoever. I don't know how many times I've even shown you this compact, maybe once. This is actually one of those like holiday things from Tarte where it like swivels apart. If you've ever seen one of these, really, really cool concept. It seems like they magnetize into place. The top opens like that. So it seems really compact, but it's actually kind of annoying to use. Like it just doesn't function like any other normal compact. So while it seems novel in the way that it works, it's really cool. It's very fidgety. But it doesn't fit in, like I just want to be flipping open stuff as I go through my routine rather than being like, oh, it doesn't work that way. I actually have to swivel it and like which way do I swivel it to like get it to work? And I also found out that repressing stuff into here isn't that easy either. Like you have to balance it in a certain way to like repress stuff in here. Like this is a repress in here. So I think mainly for this, my hope for this like compact is just to empty it out and then figure out something else to do with it. Like I don't know if I'm gonna hold little trinkets in here or like whatever, but man, it's a really, really cool concept, but just like in terms of the way it folds into my everyday makeup routine, it just is not it. So I ended up, I don't know if you saw, but I ended up scraping out the blush that was in here, not that you ever saw it, and scraping out my Rocketeur blush. So these are now both empty pans, and combining them into my sleek palette, which I think I mentioned at some point I never wanted to see again, but here it is. It's a full pan of a powder blush, which is kind of ironic because there was originally a powder blush in here that I didn't like, and so I scraped it out to press in my powder blush. And but here I am, or put in my cream blush, and here I am now putting in a powder blush again. And this is a really, really soft blush. I'm sorry if you can't even see it. I might have pressed it a little bit too hard, so it's a little bit dense right now, and I don't think it's completely dry from my repressing, but I will be putting up a short on, if not already, a short on kind of a swatches and stuff like that. The other shades in here, this one I actually did organically hit pan on and then further scraped it out for frankening. This one I did not organically pan. It is so deep, so dark, that it is, I don't know if I would really see this as like a real contour color. Like it's just so dark. Like for me, I just have to use such a light hand. So this is a good eyeshadow. So that's kind of the point of this, was actually one, to just kind of consolidate those two into a packaging that I know is going to be sticking around a lot longer than I ever thought it would. And I actually think I might be bringing this on my trip. I'm not sure, but I could really see myself using all of these during the trip as eyeshadow and as face products. So that's kind of why I did this sort of impulsively, but I think that's what's gonna happen here. Like this is my new face palette. This is one of two face palettes I have in my collection now. I never really considered this one as a face palette, even though it technically is. Just kind of like graveyard powders. So yeah, really happy with an empty blush packaging. I wish I actually used this up naturally, but I think given I have several trips coming up over the next few months, I didn't necessarily want to bring both of these in my travel bag, even though they're both so small, or this one's pretty small. But you know, like I said before, it's like just going through my makeup routine and needing to flip open multiple compacts and start digging around my makeup bag, like rather than just having one. That just makes more sense to me. So just thought I'd consolidate it up front. And now it makes a really, really pretty color. The blush that was in here originally was definitely more pink and actually a little too light and bright. So I think adding this helped tone it down just a little bit and makes it a little bit more wearable for me, especially as I go into my winter shade. So, all right. And then the last thing I want to show you guys, it actually ties right into my review of the, is it Bold and Blushing kit? I have the packaging here. I still have the bag. Here it is. This kit here. I took everything out. It's called, yeah, the Bold and Blushing kit. And honestly, I'm pretty impressed by it. Like, I think a lot more than I was in my first impressions video. So first off, I used my Lawless blush here. And if you haven't seen on my Instagram, I hit pan. This literally took like 4 or 5 days. It was crazy. For one, I'm heavy-handed. I use it for underpainting, so I'm especially underhanded. And it's also light enough and sheer enough where I was able to reapply it throughout the day. So on it's probably NC 30 skin right now. That was what I was able to do, no problem. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I feel like I'm ready to give a review now. I've like hit pan on one of them already. So yeah, this one I think I think I'm pretty impressed that on my tanner skin, it still showed up pretty well. Was a tiny bit sheer, but honestly, like I like that kind of formula. The Danessa Myricks one, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. It is so opaque. It is just like pure pigment, I swear. Like Danessa Myricks, I mean, she's a makeup artist. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to like, you know, be using her products, and like she's a makeup artist. She knows how to concoct her formulas. But I think for the average consumer, this is really pigmented. Like not like the Lawless blush at all. Um, really emollient, and honestly, I don't think a swatch is going to do it justice. Like I know I was swatching in my video, but like this, as much as I was swatching with my finger, this is the exact amount of potency you get with like a sponge. It's crazy. Like even a wet sponge, like a wet sponge does nothing to shear it out. Um, so honestly, be careful with this if you end up getting this. I know there was a few people watching my last video who said it was like this was a tempting one, and honestly, I think that as long as you know to use a light hand, that this is a really, really good product. And there's 6 grams in here. Like this would last forever. I knew I couldn't hit pan on this one in a week, that's for sure. So, so this won't be around for a long time, but this is really, really good for underpainting for me. But I do find myself with like basically all of this being the blush while I'm underpainting. And I'm like, keep spreading it out just because it's so potent. So use a light hand, be careful with this. I feel like that would be a similar experience to like the Rare Beauty blushes that are so popular. I don't have one of my own, but I can only think that it's a similar experience where you're like, oh, you have to like keep going and keep going, keep going. That's kind of what it feels like. So yeah, very, very impressed by this product and did not give it its full, like, I did not truly understand what it was like when during my first impression. So that is that one. And then I found out actually that the lip blush from Refi that I had is actually not a blush. It is actually it's supposed to be lip product. It's like a blurring lip product. And I'm gonna have photos on my Instagram, but I from like first glance I knew I was gonna be so annoyed with the packaging, so I ended up already scraping it out. I know, crazy, right? I promise I did use it as is for a few times, but it's one of those products where it's kind of like the what is it called? The fresh lip balm. It's like it's like almost the same packaging, but it's like where every time you use it, the product is so soft that it will keep like bumping against the edge of the rim of the component. So you end up with these like rings all around. I took a picture of it, which I'll put on Instagram too. But it's just so annoying to me that the product itself is getting messed up versus like, you know, like a traditional lipstick. If you use it, you're not gonna have rings around it because it's not it's stiff enough where it doesn't bump around the component. I don't know. So I feel like yeah, I feel like there could have been better delivery of this. I feel like if it was in one of these, which is what I ended up decanting into, not decanting, I didn't decant this. I ended up actually just pushing the formula in, like like a stiff tube, right? Where you just push up just a little bit as much as you need and then apply it, which actually I want to do now. I want to see how good or bad of a job I did. It's just like a really, really soft product and almost, I wouldn't call my lips wet better, but like it enhances my lips in a really, really natural way where this is already the second to deepest color. Um, and so I'm really impressed by that. And yeah, it could definitely work as a blush too. Like I've tried it before as a blush, like in a kind of on a whim, and it worked just fine as a cream blush as well. So I'm actually thinking of bringing this one on my trip as a cream blush and lipstick. If I like it enough. The smell is a little weird on this product, but not like too off-putting. Of course, the Pat McGrath Labs um, gloss here is like smells so good. Um, and covers that scent immediately. So I do like this. It is a bit glittery. I don't think you'll catch it on camera, but if I just put a tiny bit like on my bottom lip, smush my lips together, it looks like just it's like on the cusp for me. So I think I'll use it as a topper for now, but we'll see if I end up mixing this into something one day. But yes, that is mainly what I'm trying to share about this product. Really, really good. Honestly, I'm looking into getting another shade already, but not quite yet to bite the bullet, but a little bit annoyed by the component. And I don't know of many other lip products like this that are seriously just like a sheer wash of color, but also a bit blurring and mattifying. Is there something really, really special about this? And I can't put my finger on it. So it's really, really great to find a standout product, I think, in this kit. Last year's kit, it was the lip kit especially, it was the Rare Beauty gloss that was the standout product for me. So it's really nice that like every year I'm finding something that's a standout. And then the other, let me see. Oh, and there was a little bit left over from this, so I ended up pushing like from this while I was pushing in there. You'll see it in the short, but I ended up putting it into my lipstick palette here or lip palette, and so this one can now really be easily used as either a cream blush um, or you know used with a brush for my lips. So yeah, you can see that right there. So really, really pretty. Very, very impressed by that product in particular. Just kind of meh on the component. I think if you really put up with it, extra good. I was not, so I just used my repackaging skills to finesse that and hoping that this new packaging will be nice. This originally was the MAC Powder Kiss Velvet Blur Slim Stick. Ugh. And it was already kind of like a matte formula in here, so it felt right to put this product, to put the Refi product in here. I wish that the MAC one was as sheer as the Refi one was. So I feel like it has a good home now. And then last product, oh, two more products in that kit were the, which I don't think require much explanation at all. The Summer Fridays lip balm here. I mean, in iced coffee. It smells great. It's a really weird, honestly, for me as someone who doesn't use much fragrance in my makeup routine at all. It's really weird to put on. Probably the weirdest scent out of everything I have, but it does dissipate pretty quickly. So I think as I use this more and more, I think I just want to enjoy it for like the few, like 10 minutes that it has on my lips, and then it'll go away. And then the other one was the Patrick Ta gloss, which I actually didn't open yet because I used up a full one last year. And so from what I recall, it's just like a really cinnamony plumping one. So depending on how much you like cinnamon and how much you like plumping, like you can decide to do what you want with it. So it can be a little bit intense, but I kind of got used to that and I kind of liked it. So that's me being weird. Yeah, so those are my ins and outs and my thoughts right now. I feel like there was other stuff I wanted to share, but honestly, I got other videos to film, so I'm gonna go do that now. And likely my next makeup date will be after I get back from my trip. So I think you'll get to see a haul in that one. And yeah, I don't know how many empties I'm gonna have before then, but you'll definitely get to see a haul at least. I'm pretty excited. Not that it's I'm still staying domestic and like stateside, so it's not probably not anything you couldn't get. I couldn't get locally, but it's kind of fun to shop right while you're traveling. So, anyways, I need to make sure when I pack, I keep some space for that. And other than that, I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.